bit better. Okay, let me change the screen around. You'll need your mat. I'll be on the ground the entire time. There I am. Okay, so you can see me. I'm going to slant this down so I can see you all as well. Okay, so you just need your loop band. That's it. And nothing else. And off we go. Okay, just if you can't hear me, let me know and I can show. Oh, there's another. There's Daria. Okay. All right. So just your loop band. Where'd mine go? There it is. And we're starting in a kneeling position. And I know you are all warm. So we want, not necessarily, we are warm, but we want to activate certain muscles to make the movements more effective throughout the workout. So we've got about 25 to 30 minutes. So start in a kneeling position with your hands right under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Good. Spine's neutral. Look in front of your fingers. And then I want you to draw your navel up and in, lift your pelvic floor without moving your back to scoop. So when I say scoop, it means engage not only the abdominals, but it also means engage the pelvic floor muscles. So everything's kind of lifting up into your abdomen. So start with an inhale, lengthen through the top of your head, then exhale, tilt your tailbone under so you're rounding your pelvis and rounding your back. And then inhale, lift your head and lengthen out until you're slightly arched in your back, but your rib cage stays closed. Push the ground away from you. So exhale, tailbone comes under, pulling up from your abdominals, stretching your lower back. Good. Keep your weight distributed through your legs and your arms. And then inhale, lift your head, lengthen out through your spine. And if I go slowly and you start to lose your breath, just take an extra breath when you need it. Good. Exhale, flex your spine without squeezing your butt. Pull up from your abdominals, shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale, lift your head and lengthen out from your head to your tail. Keep scooping, by the way, rib cage closed. 2 more times. Exhale, flex, 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 flex. Look up at your navel. And then inhale, lengthen out from the top of your head to your hips. 1 last time. Exhale, flex, pulling up from the abdominal. So you're turning on your core, shoulders away from the ears. Then inhale, lift your head, lengthen out. So there's a slight arch in your back. And then exhale, come back to neutral. Now, reach your right arm out in front of you. Go to reach your left leg behind you. And we'll add that in. And of course, you've done it. So as you exhale, flex elbow to knee. Yes, square your hips, engage your pelvic floor. And then inhale, lengthen out, look at your hand. Good. Exhale, flex elbow to knee. And then inhale, lengthen out, keep the rib cage closed. Your arm is still below your shoulders. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, flex elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen out, squeezing your butt, reaching and getting your leg longer. 1 more time. Exhale, flex. And then inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, place your hand on the floor. Other side, just 4. So reach your arm out first, thumb points up, reach your leg away from you, push the ground away. So inhale, prepare. Then exhale, flex, elbow to knee, pull up from your abdominals. Inhale, lengthen, push the ground away from you. Keep your rib cage closed. Exhale, flex, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, lengthen, press your whole foot into the floor. Yes. 2 more times. Exhale, flex. Inhale, lengthen, follow your hand with your eyes. 1 more time. Exhale, flex, pulling your abdominals up, engaging your pelvic floor. Inhale, lengthen, thumb points up, push the ground away from you, and then lower your hand as you exhale. Shift back into, I know it's where there's no child's pose in Pilates. So shift your weight back into your hips. Now inhale, shift forward. There's your inhale. Exhale, sink back. Hips come over your heels. Inhale, shift your weight forward until you've got some weight on your arms. Let's do that 2 more times. Shift back, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Shift forward, pull your abdominals up 1 more time. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, release your hands and roll over onto your back. Almost there. Okay, we've got a couple more exercises just to get us warmer. I'll move my stuff out of the way. You know, it's going to be in my way. I'm going to move it again. So lie on your back with your rib cage pressed into the floor and still scooped. So your back might be pressed, all of your back might be pressed into the floor. Your rib cage is down on the floor, feet down. So reach your arms over your head toward the floor, thumbs pointed to the floor without letting your rib cage move. So press your shoulder blades down, reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Let's do that again. Exhale, reach back. So the goal is to move your arms independently of your shoulder blades and your shoulder, right, and your rib cage. Inhale, reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale through your mouth. Good. Reaching back. So your shoulders and your abdominals are playing a little tug of war. Inhale, raise your hands back up. And last one, exhale, reach back. Chin stays tucked so you can see over the tops of your knees. Inhale, raise your arms back to the ceiling, and then lower your arms down to the floor as you exhale. Walk your feet together. So your toes are touching, your heels are touching. Then just open your heels up to sit bones distance, and then open your feet, your toes. So now your legs align with your hips, your knees, your hips, and your rib cage. Arms on the floor for a bridge. Press your feet into the floor, heels and big toes and pinky toes. As you exhale, squeeze your butt, posteriorly tilt your pelvis, then lift your hips, rolling your hips or peeling your hips off the floor one vertebrae at a time. So just getting the glutes to activate for what's coming up later. Press into your toes so you feel your knees still tracking with your hips. Inhale, breathe into your rib cage in the back, not your belly. And then exhale, roll down, sink into your ribs, then your lower back. Butt is still up, and then your butt touches the floor last. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale at the bottom, scoop. Exhale, lower your back down, then peel your hips off the floor one vertebrae at a time. As you get to the top, try to form a straight line from your knees to your hips to your rib cage. Good. Inhale, stay here. All about the glutes, opening the hip flexors. Then exhale, roll down rib cage, then lower back, then your sacrum, then your butt on the floor. 2 more times. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, peel your hips off the floor. Keep your chin tucked. So are you forming that straight line? Do you feel your feet pressed into the floor? Good. Inhale, stay at the top. Shoulder blades down. Hips are lifted. Then exhale, roll down with your palms on the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Let's do it one more time. So inhale at the bottom, scoop. Then exhale, roll yourself up. Find your butt. Now inhale, raise your arms to the ceiling. Good. Keep your hips at the same spot. Exhale, reach your arms back. Oh, we just did this. Inhale, raise your arms up. Hold. Keep your hips up. Exhale, reach your arms back. Press your toes into the floor. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down. Exhale, reach back. Square your hips. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Hold. Lower your arms next to you as you exhale. Lift your hips a little higher. And then roll yourself down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Who's like, okay, I'm ready to go. Palms down. Chin tucked, getting ready for abs curl. So pull your rib cage into the floor, scoop, tuck your chin. You want to feel weight sinking into your chest. As you exhale, peel your head, your shoulders, and then your arms off the floor. It's like, oh, goody. Anybody feel that right now? So you're reaching your fingers. Abs are flat. So you want to keep the belly below the navel pulled in. Your rib cages, take an extra breath anytime you need to. Fingers together. Inhale, stay right here. Keep your abs flat, your body. And then exhale, place your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, and your head down on the floor in that order. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, tuck your chin, roll your head up, roll your. So you're reaching out with your arms, not up. Good. Palms are down. Should say the palms face down. Your fingers, elbows, shoulders, and head. 3 more times. Inhale on the floor. Exhale, peel your head, your shoulders off the floor. Now, if your neck starts to bother you, of course, place a hand behind your head. Inhale, stay here, open your chest, almost like someone's pulling your away from the ceiling or the floor. Lower your hands as you exhale, lower your shoulders, and then lower your head. Tuck your chin one last time. Abs are flat. Inhale, breathe into your back. As you exhale, tuck your chin, roll yourself up. Open your chest together, arms long. So you feel your legs turning on. I'll stay here. And then lower your fingers, your elbows, your shoulders, and your head back to the floor. Now, lace your fingers loosely. Place your hands on your fingertips, and then lift your knees to tabletop. So far, so good. Pull your rib cage down. So inhale first on the floor, head down. As you exhale, press your head into your fingers and peel your shoulders off the floor. So you're pushing your head into your fingers so you're not pulling with your hands. Good. Now inhale, elbows open. As you exhale, extend your legs to the ceiling. Squeeze your feet together, lengthen through your toes. Good. Now open your elbows up just a little bit more. Bend your knees again as you inhale. And then exhale, lower your shoulders and your head to the floor without relaxing your legs. Rib cage down. Let's do that again. Inhale first. Then exhale, roll yourself up. Good. Inhale, stay. Exhale, extend your legs to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together. Reach through your toes. Inhale, bend your knees back to tabletop. Pull your rib cage down, shoulder blades up. Exhale, lower your shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, scoop. Elbows are still open. As you exhale, roll yourself up so you can see your elbows out of the corners of your eyes. Inhale, stay here. Breathe into your back. Exhale, raise your legs to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together. Scoop. Good. Now bend your knees as you inhale and then lower your shoulders as you exhale. You're like boring, but very effective. Roll yourself up. Grab your band. Good. Then slide the band. I'll give you a second to do that. Slide the band up around the tops of your knees, and you can stay down on the ground. I'm just going to grab my water really quick. I'm not going to make it without any more water, right? Okay, so just a half roll back. I would love doing this. So this time your feet are open. So I want your knees open just enough that you can put a little tension or a little bit of pressure into the band so it's requiring your hips to turn on. Sit up as tall as you can. So your feet, your knees, and your hips all lie in the same plane. Reach your arms out in front of you. Sit up as tall as you can. So you're on top of your sit bones. That's the hard part. Inhale, grow taller. Shoulders down. Exhale, sink back into your C curve. Shoulders away from the ears, abs are flat. Good. Roll yourself back up or lengthen out through your spine again. Yes, keep your scoop though. Everything below the navel is flat. Exhale, sink back, press down, almost like you're pressing into something with your arms. Good. Inhale, grow taller. Keep stretching the band. Let's do that again. Exhale, sink back behind your sit bones. Now stay here. Inhale, sit all the way up. That's it. Exhale, sink back. Who's happy? Inhale, straighten out one leg. Exhale, lower the leg. Inhale, sit all the way up. Try this again. Exhale, sink back into your C curve. Inhale, extend the first leg, keeping pressure on the band. Bend the inhale, sit all the way up. Good. You lower your arms if you need to because your shoulders might start to fatigue. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, straighten the other leg. Or the right side. Bend your inhale, sit all the way on your sit bones. You have two more. That was only 4. Exhale, sink back. Good. Shoulders away from the ears. Abs are flat. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Lower your foot to the floor. Weight on both feet. Sit all the way up as you inhale. And your last one. Stretch the band a bit. Exhale, sink back. Shoulders down. Inhale, extend your leg. Last one. Squeeze your quad. Bend your knee as you exhale. Inhale, sit all the way up and lower your arms as you exhale. It's like, oh, done with those. Okay, so move the, actually, don't want, yeah, keep the band where it is for just a few seconds. We'll change it around in just a moment. Come back down to the ground. So now you've got some tension on the band for more ab work. Okay, we're starting with the band around your thighs again. Lace your fingers loosely. Take your hands behind your head. Good. Inhale, scoop, stretch the band. As you exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the floor. So you've got a little tension in the band. Inhale, stay here, elbows open, and then exhale, lower your shoulders, keeping the same position in your legs. Rib cage down on the floor, always. Inhale again, scoop. Exhale, roll yourself up. Now we're adding to this. Inhale, stay here, hold, shoulders up. Now as you exhale, can you straighten out one leg? That means one leg stays in place, the other leg is sent away from you. So it's a little push and a pull. Yep. Inhale, bring your knees together. Good. Switch legs. Exhale, reach out. Are your shoulders up? Inhale, knees back together. And your knees are still open, just in the same position. Exhale, reach your leg out. Inhale, bring your knees in. Try that again. Exhale, reach one leg out. So you're pushing against your leg. Inhale, knees in. Let's do it 2 more times. Are your shoulders up? Exhale, straighten one leg. Inhale, knees together. Last one. Exhale, reach out. Keep pulling and pushing. Inhale, knees back to the same position and roll your shoulders down as you exhale. Who's like, okay, that was hard. Now, stay where you are. We've got a couple more to do here. So again, lace your fingers, same position. Hand or your head on your hands. Peel your shoulders off the floor as you exhale. Now stretch the band a bit so your knees are hip width apart. Crisscross. Inhale, stay here, no legs. Exhale, rotate your upper body, your shoulders, your elbows toward your computer or in one direction. Stretch the band, keep weight on both hips. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, twist the other direction. Inhale, come back to center and close your legs. Now ready, open your legs. Exhale, twist one direction. Inhale, close your legs back to center. Exhale, twist, open your legs. Inhale, close your legs back to center. Exhale, twist, open your legs. Inhale, back to center, close your legs one more time. Are your shoulders up? Exhale, twist, open your legs. Inhale, back to center, and roll your shoulders down to the floor as you exhale. Did anybody feel that? A little, maybe I'll drop. Now slide the band down closer to your feet, actually around your feet. And now your head can stay on the ground for the next couple. So there'll be a little bit less burning, but you're still going to work your abs. So now your head is staying down, arms are staying down. So up will be easier than out and down. So notice that my knees are not really at tabletop. There's more of an angle. The knees are over the hips. Stretch the band enough so there's some tension on the band. Chin is tucked. So inhale, stay here. As you exhale, straighten one leg. So now you're pulling with your foot. So you see my ankles are dorsiflexed. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Legs will not touch this time. Exhale, reach one leg out again. Pull one knee in towards your underarm. The other leg goes away from you. Inhale, back to center. Abs are flat, back is down. Switch. Exhale, reach your leg out. Palms down. Inhale, knees come back to the center. Try it again. Exhale, reach out, flatten your abdominals. So you're pulling with one leg, pushing with the other. Inhale, center. One more time each direction. Exhale, reach out. Inhale, back in. One more scoop. Exhale. Rib cage down, chin tucked. So everything stays flat. Inhale, center. Good. And then remove the band as you exhale. It was like, okay, good so far. Now, adding on to this. So put the band around your wrists today. Good. Okay. Feet together for your hip rolls or your bridge, your shoulder bridge. So start with your feet together, but then I want you to open your heels, sit bones distance, then open your feet. So it just puts your feet in the right position. Good. All right. So you're lifting and lowering your hips. Arms are up to the ceiling. I was like, I got this. Rib cage down. Walk your feet closer to your butt if you need to. So inhale, prepare. Arms are up, palms face each other. As you exhale, heel your hips, your butt up off the floor. Who's like, okay, now stay here. Open the band or stretch the band laterally so you feel the backs of your shoulders. That might give you a little more glute activation. Inhale, stay here. Good. Then exhale, release your arms and roll your butt back down to the floor. So it's the same breathing pattern as we did in the beginning. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, roll your hips up. Stay there. Inhale, open your arms a bit. So use the backs of your shoulders to stretch the band. Now release your hands and exhale, roll yourself back down to the floor. That's it. So again, inhale at the bottom, prepare. Exhale, roll your hips up. Inhale, stretch the band. Good. Love it. And then exhale, release your arms and roll your butt back down. Now here goes the good piece. Ready? Exhale, roll up, stretch the band. Legs are not moving. They're staying in the same spot. Good. Inhale, roll yourself back down to the floor. Release the band. Exhale, roll up, stretch the band. Inhale, release the band and roll your butt back down. 2 more times. Exhale, stretch the band as you lift your butt. Inhale, release the band, tuck your chin 1 more time. Exhale, lift your butt, stretch the band, and then roll yourself back down as you inhale, and then remove the band as you exhale. Good. Roll yourself over onto your belly. Who's feeling good? You're like, it's gentle. Hopefully it's more gentle than the last class, right? A little bit more. All right, so you're on your belly. We have like 10 more minutes. We'll probably get like 4 more movements in 10 minutes. Max, they take about 2 minutes to do. Okay, so always one of my favorites, heel squeeze prone. Now, I've got my mat doubled, but I'm just kind of estimating how wide my feet are based on my mat. So I want my feet about mat width apart. That's first. So not super wide, feet about mat width. Okay. And then you are externally rotated. So instead of being parallel like my legs are now, you're turning your legs outward. So your knees point out a bit, and you might be resting on the inside of your kneecap or on the, if you have a bunion, you're resting on your bunion. Kidding. Okay. Then stack your palms underneath your chin. Bring your heels together by bending your knees. Good. So notice how my ankles are flexed. dorsiflex. I'm pulling my toes toward my knees, and then reset by pressing your pubic bone into the floor. Now, after you see this a couple times, you won't need to see it, and you can drop your head, but you want your forehead down on top of your stacked hands so your neck is in neutral. Good. All right. So your abdominal wall is lifted from the floor as you press your pubic bone down, so posteriorly tilting your pelvis. As you exhale, keep your heels contact, squeeze your heels together, and also press your pubic bone into the floor. Can you squeeze harder? Good. Now inhale, release half the pressure, but maintain contact between your heels. Exhale, squeeze your heels, press your pubic bone down to squeeze your butt. And then inhale, release half that pressure. That's it. Now notice how my feet are staying right in between my knees. Exhale, squeeze your heels together. That's why it's called heel squeeze. Press your pubic bone down and then release half the pressure. Now here goes the good piece. As you exhale, squeeze your heels hard enough that you feel your knees starting to lift away from the floor. Anybody feel that more? Yeah, glutes, more glutes than lower back, a little bit of hamstring, of course. Then inhale, lower your knees all the way to the floor, but don't lose contact between your heels. Exhale, squeeze your heels and lift your knees off the floor. Press your pubic bone down, though. That does not move. Good. Inhale, release halfway now. Exhale, squeeze your heels, pull your abdominal wall up, press your pubic bone down, squeeze your heels, inhale down halfway. You have 3 more. Exhale, squeeze your heels, squeeze your butt harder. Yes. Press your pubic bone down more. Good. Inhale, release halfway. 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze your heels, press your heels toward the ceiling now. Pull your abdominal wall up, pubic bone is pressed into the floor. Inhale, release halfway. Last one. Exhale, squeeze your heels, press up, open your toes, abs are pulled up. Inhale, lower your knees to the floor and straighten out your legs as you exhale. Hopefully you got a little bit of butt there. You're like, maybe. Walk your legs in a little closer together. And we have 1 more here in this position, and may as well do 2. So start with your arms by your sides. I'm going to give you a hard one when we sit up today. Who's like, what do you mean? Oh, who's a little afraid? So now you feel your toes on the floor. You feel the front of your foot on the floor. You feel your pelvis down on the floor. Abdominal wall still lifted, chest is on the floor, looking at the floor for breaststroke variation. So inhale, pull your face and your chest away from the floor. Your feet remain on the floor. So you're still looking at the floor, abs are pulled up. Now lower your chest as you exhale. So inhale, pull your upper body away from the floor to activate your middle back muscles. Reach your fingertips toward your heels, toes down, and then exhale, lower. Simple, only 5 of these. Inhale, breathe, lengthen out through the front of your body. Abdominals are still pulled up, feet are down. Exhale, lower your chest. 2 more times. Inhale, lift, lengthen out. Good, and then exhale, lower 1 more time. Last one. Inhale, lift, feet stay down, abs are pulled up. Look at the floor in front of your mat, and then exhale, lower your body down to the floor. Hands on the ground, curl your toes under, bend your knees, and just sit back into a stretch, it's basically our shell stretch, our child's pose. But you're pressing your sit bones towards your heels, arms are by your body, just to stretch your lower back. And you're breathing into the back of your body, into the bottom of your rib cage, just for 15 seconds. And then we roll over for a really fun one today. It's like, oh no. Good. And when you're ready, bring yourself up. Okay, so this is a tough one. We'll start out with a teaser variation, and then we'll move into what open leg rocker, who's like, oh no. I know, one fun one today. So you're starting here. I want you to lean back, take your hands on the backs of your knees, and your feet are open this time because it is called open leg rocker, but we'll start with the legs open. So sit up as tall as you can at the top. Good. Now exhale, roll down your spine onto your shoulder blades. Good. Abs are pulled in. Lift your knees. This time, as you inhale, roll yourself up. I was like, okay, got that. Lift your chest on this one. Drop your feet. Exhale, roll down through your spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Your shoulder blades touch. Lift your knees. Now inhale, sit up. So that inhale is going to help you to open the front of your body, which is all about Pilates. Drop your feet down. Exhale, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Who's got this? So far, so good. Lift your knees up. Use your legs for momentum. Inhale. Sit up as tall as you can. 1 more time. Feet come down. Exhale, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Good. Feet come up. Use your legs. Inhale, sit up as tall as you can. Good. Now here goes the piece. This is the good. Just breathe naturally. You ready to watch this? Okay. So your hands are behind your thighs, behind your knees, feet, legs slightly above your knees. If you have to hold this, go for it. So watch once or twice before you do this. You exhale, roll onto your shoulders, and then inhale, sit right back up without touching the floor like I did. All right. So watch that again. Exhale, roll onto your shoulders. Inhale, sit up as tall as you can. So you want to lift your butt almost immediately. Let's try that again. So exhale, roll onto your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. That's it. So exhale, roll onto your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. Can you keep your feet up? Let's try it 2 more times. Exhale, roll onto your shoulders only. Inhale, lift your chest. 1 more time. Exhale, roll onto your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. Who can get their legs straighter? A little bit? Can you take your hands on your calves now? Oh, let's try it 2 more times here. Exhale, roll onto your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. So now your feet are up. 1 last time. Exhale, shoulders. Inhale, sit all the way up, lengthen through your spine, and drop your legs as you exhale. Who's like, oh. Let me check and see what time it is really fast before we end this. I'm going to make sure that we have a little bit. If we have any more time. I have 2 minutes. Who wants to do one more? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So let's do one we didn't do last week. You want to stand up for this last one. Come to the end of your mat. We'll just do 2 and then you're done. So this is your push-up from Pilates. And it's kind of our version of a sun salutation. You're like, okay. So start with your feet together and you can use your mat to put your knees on. It's totally fine. Start with your feet together, grow as tall as you can. Shoulders roll back, arms beside your body. So inhale, think of your head coming to the ceiling, shoulders down. Exhale, tuck your chin and roll down. Bend your knees if you need to touch the floor. Look at your ankles, look at your calves. Now inhale, walk out with 4 steps from your hands into full plank. It was like, oh, okay. Now, abs are pulled in, tailbone tilts down. Exhale, lower your knees only. All right, for 3 breaths, we lower down. So it's inhale, lower 1, lower 2, bend your elbows, lower 3, exhale, press up. So we're adding breathing. Let's do that again. Inhale, bend 1, elbows can be wider, bend 2. Inhale, 3, exhale, press up. So it's definitely not your yoga push-up. Try that again. Inhale, lower 1, inhale, lower 2, inhale, lower 3, exhale, press up. Now lift your knees if they were down. Hold. Just stay there. Inhale, walk your hands back into your body. That's it. Slowly walk your hands into your feet, bend your knees, and roll up 1 vertebrae at a time as you exhale. 1 more time, then we're done. Okay? So walk your feet back together if they were wider. Inhale, grow taller, scoop, tailbone points towards your heels. Exhale, tuck your chin, roll down slowly, almost like you're pressing down into something. Look at your knees. Now lift your eyes and look at your hands. Walk out in 4 steps into full plank. Now exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Spine is long, scooping. Now lower down 3 times. Inhale, 1. Inhale and inhale, exhale, press up, taking in air each time you come down. Inhale 1, inhale 2, inhale 3, exhale, press up. Eyes are lifted, shoulders broad. 1 more. Inhale, lower, inhale, lower, inhale, lower, exhale, press up. Spread your back just a little bit. Lift your knees up to full plank. Inhale, walk your hands closer and walk them to your feet in 4 steps if possible. Get your weight on your heels. Look at your knees. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way up. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift your heels off the floor. Who's like, uh-oh, there's your balance. Lower your heels as you exhale. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your heels. Weight across the balls of your feet. So big toes touching or touching the floor. Lower down as you exhale. Last one. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. So it weights on the inside of your feet and then exhale, lower. And you are finished. How is everybody? I know it's never the same. You're done.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yay, thank you.
For lower body and core. Bye. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.